Holla, hey gang. I'm Marian Nickelberry. I'm coming to you from Warren, Michigan, which is located right outside of Detroit. I'm going to be making a delicious appetizer, which is a take on soul food. And I'm having a party. I wish you were here, but my party's theme is soul food. And so what I wanted to prepare for our party is a corn, which is a variation of fried corn. I'm calling my dish sweet honey corn. What we're going to be utilizing today are two main ingredients. One of the main ingredients, of course, is Philadelphia cream cheese, honey nut, which will add the cream and the nutty flavor to our corn. The second ingredient, of course, is our corn. And for our particular dish, we're going to have yellow corn with peppers, or Mexican corn, as some people would call it. And the other ingredients, we're going to be adding natural honey. We're going to be adding cayenne pepper for a little snap, and the butter that is going to, of course, caramelize and make it that old-fashioned caramel taste that we all remember from corn. Let's get started. I've already put the half stick of butter into our dish. It has started to cook, and what I want to do is to add our corn and turn up the heat. We're going to turn it up to medium-high because we want to get it going. It doesn't take very long for your corn to start frying because this is a fried corn dish. So I'm going to turn it up to high just for the intensity of it. While I'm waiting on the heat to get started, I'm going to add my other ingredients to our dish. As I said, we want to make this sweet, and we're not going to add natural sugar, we're going to add the honey. And I'm just going to, I usually would measure, but for this dish we're going to be adding 1 tablespoon of honey. So the measurement is there, I'm going to be adding it. So for your purposes, measure. For my purposes, I'm going to go by what I remember. So I'm going to add what would be a tablespoon of honey. It's starting to sizzle, so just stir. You want to make sure that it does not brown or caramelize while you're doing it at this point. We're going to be adding in our cream cheese, and this is 1 cup of cream cheese, and you want to just stir it so that it again makes it really creamy. So you want to hurry up and do that. It's starting to bubble, and when it starts to bubble, it's not going to be on the eye too much longer. Okay. We want to add the pepper, which is not only going to give it that snap, but it is also going to give it a very nice color, which will look very nice on our dish. We're going to cook this, again, on high heat for about 10 minutes. For the purpose of today, we're going to cook it a little bit less, but you cook it for 10 minutes, okay? Once it starts to bubble, it looks really good. And I'm going to put a little bit more pepper in here just so that we can get that coloring. For those of you who don't like hot, you can also substitute the pepper for, I should say you can substitute paprika for the pepper. Okay, it's starting to boil. And so what I want to do is to put this in a dish and let it cool down a little bit before we put it in our cornbread. Take this and put it in your dish. Let it cool down just a little bit. You can see that steam, and that means that your corn is nice and creamy and delicious. Okay. Stir it a little to get the honey and the peppers together. And then we're going to be adding it to our cornbread muffins. Now, I've pre-made these for you, but you can use any corn muffin mix. And I added yellow corn bread, cornmeal, I should say, for the coloring of this. It just makes it look a lot better. And what I'm going to be doing is putting in our mixture. I cut out, as you can see, little pockets. And you're going to be putting that into the pockets. This is really good. And you can overfill these, that's okay. Because once people start to eat them, you know, it's going to get a little messy anyway. But it's a beautiful dish, has a wonderful sweet corn taste. Tastes just like the old-fashioned caramel corn that your grandma used to make, but it doesn't take as long. I'm going to be putting this on our tray. And you can cut these so that they serve more than one person. These are beautiful. The condiments that you would put on your tray are condiments that you would normally eat with your soul food dishes, which are your onions and your tomatoes. And we're going to bring it over to our table. We also pre-made some other dishes in that same soul on the roll theme, and these are collard greens, and there's going to be a recipe for those. But these are all very delicious, and I want to say welcome to my kitchen. I wish you were at my party tonight, but we are going to have a rocking good time. Thank you for joining us. Again, I'm Marian Banks Nickelberry. Welcome.